It was really only offset by the banner that, well... Oh, no. Oh, it begins again! That was fantastic. Thank you so much for coming. Twilight said as quickly as she could manage. Come on, let's get you back to your kitchen. The problems of trying to talk too quickly are that you oftentimes will just fuck up your words all over the place. Her shoulders sagged and she marched back to her castle, where she had an army of spellbooks at her disposal to solve the problem. I knew that reading the Uninomicon and You, A Beginner's Guide to Immortality. Wow, that... thank you, author. That's a bit of a mouthful. Okay, let's just go back and just go back and drill it again, shall we? Luna let out a sigh of relief as Ponyville disappeared behind her. She didn't know how much longer she should have killed. For fuck's sake! Twilight gave her mother a reassuring smile. I just need to sort out some things on my own. Whether it's... I'm not sure what any of that was supposed to be, but not Twilight is quite clearly what that was. What? No, why would I? Because I am queen? Chrysalis, fuck you. Goddamn vehicles. Ugh. I am sure you are aware of Crudellus's mixed reputation. Queens like Vulgaris and Antenna may... I'm just going to go hang myself now. I'm sorry for wasting your time. Bye. Princess Twilight Sparkle. The princess finished without looking her way. Yes, I know who you are. The drama in Canterlot made you light up. Oh, I am a traitor. I'm going to go die. Mother, would you do the honors? What am I doing with my life? When they both sat down on the opposite end of the room, Twilight could see a changeling royal the size of a fully grown changeling queen standing by Vulgaris' side. That would be Right, okay. Poor Lula was terrified. She was starving to death, and yeah, what a place to fuck up at such a dark and serious and emotional and tender moment. A quill and a notepad floated close to Twilight in a fuck. She let out an agonized gasp as the cox. Stand aside! I don't intend to let this insect walk away a third time. Not after everything she's put me and my family through. Chrysalis snarled. Cadence, excuse me. What? Of course, my dear Twilight, he said, bowing. For the good of my country, we'll put our differences aside. No matter how frumpy and morally deficient I find your main cunt. Cunt? What the fuck did I just say? Oh, God. Did I just say that? I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Spike let out a high-pitched yelp while Twilight just glared into the darkness of the scumbag. It wouldn't do to let the guard or castle staff know already? Wow, I'm already fucking up, and I just started this story. The little filly's eyes grew as big as she froze at... As big as what? What? Celestia made a show of examining the palace of Book. While her Forcus... What? Twilight, you are a Forcus. The hocus pocus of Forcus. Come to me. What am I doing? He gurgled at her, lips coated in shiny ruby shards, which he patiently cleaned away with her magic. She greened what? Huh, she'd have to consider bumping the filly up to tougher classes at this rate. This meant she'd have... Whoops. That's wrong. Instead, she saw a Twilight who was so absolutely convinced of the truth of what she just presented. Really? God, fucking vehicles! Stop! Tone then noticed how their... what was that noise? As Tone went about getting everything Choupé. The changeling had boom. With a happy grin, Chrysalis let up her horn with a great... That's worded a bit weirdly for reading out loud, Tom. Just, so you know. Might want to go back and fix that one day, when you're not busy writing war. Chrysalis looked up to see a hoof outstretched to her. And Draco was offering to help Chrysalis up. Fuck. Belch! So, honey, please, tell me what's going on. Scarlet smiled. She turned into a sled and rode off with Santa on her back, leaving Broadsword to wonder what the fuck just happened. I made a blooper. That's what.
Or what's left of it,
she thought darkly, as she carefully trotted down the remains of Celestial Avenue. Really? She was the reason she'd thrown herself so hard into studying magic in the first place. After failing the entrance exam to Princess... Scrolls were torn beneath the weight of debris, and every... tasty. When the great roar of an angry, adolescent Ursa reached his ears, Tone just realized that it was...
Objection!
Twilight shouted as she fluttered off of her bed and jumped between the other two startled changelings in the room.
Sorry, I've always wanted to say that ever since I read that book where...
I fucked up that line. Redo.
Sorry, I've always wanted to say that ever since I read that book with that spiky mane to say...
Fuck!
Twilight, we have recently had a situation here in the Crystal Empire. Situation that has now been resolved. However, we've encountered two young changelings who decide to...
Princess?
Warning, TwilightSparkle.exe has stopped responding. I'm...
dead. Twilight giggled.
Invaded Canterlot, apparently.
Chrysalis rolled her eyes, but couldn't help but let out
The hive our assassin belonged to was a proxy, forced to do the dirty work of the true villain of this particular Storpin.
Storpin? What? Cardass heard a key turning just before the dung? What? The blanket fell off as I stood up, and I tried to ignore the pony's eyes boring into my back as I slipped off my... Why did I just step in shit? That wasn't part of the story. She carefully picked the tray up with her teeth, and could have saved it, but I didn't. The meal tasted stale, much to my contempt. It felt as if it was missing anything, something. Right, okay.
Yeah, alright, spill it,
she demanded, pointing a hoof at me.
Why are you here?
I closed my eyes and grit my teeth, hoping with... I could feel it burning in the back of my mind the whole time, constantly telling me to pull myself together. Fucking hell. God damn it. Fucking vehicles.
It's fine. Tone shift. This only solidifies what's behind my back.
Whoops.
Twilight, you and Carter see to it that any of our subjects get out as Smith.
That went swimmingly. Twilight looked into the doorway the drones had emerged from before turning to the other soldiers at the head of the evacuees. That was the word. Not pretty sure that's not a word. How would you even spell that?
Keep going. We'll follow shortly,
she ordered.
Curtis, Spike, follow me.
Twilight, where are we going? Spike asked as they moved off from the group, not droop. What the fuck? What?
If I were to access it.
Thank you. Immediately afterwards, Chrysalis saw something in the corner of her eye and even in the middle of this dreary storm where lightning cracked across the sky. Sty? What is this, Ryan Stiles? They came to a stop before a row of bird...
We'll be on the moon once the moon... Oh boy! Celestia's already back, huh?